The university was looking to develop its estate, and we spoke to a series of practices, but design engine were by far the most interesting. And as a consequence, we invited them to develop a master plan for the developments, and subsequent to that, of course, building the space within which we're currently sitting.
So it involved a much more complex arrangement of reviewing their existing buildings to understand how we could actually kind of effectively either reuse, plug in, or adapt their existing framework of buildings. And through that process, it became evident there was 3 very specific projects that we could make work, which would fit within the master plan and also meet their brief. One of them being a new photographic building or large extension to their photographic suite, a new student services building which would meet the increasing requirements of effectively providing student support throughout the time they're here. And the third one, which was later in the programme, was actually a review of some quite poor, tired residential buildings, which we looked to convert into effectively new art studios.
It's very important with buildings in a specialist institution like our own that it goes beyond the cliched phrase in our sector, which is called fitness for purpose. That isn't just a footprint that allows an activity to take place. What we need are spaces which accommodate the types of work that are undertaken, but also signify care over design and are themselves inspirational.
I think the most unique thing about working at the Arts University Bournemouth on these projects has been the sense that you're working on a campus which is full of students which are incredibly creative from all aspects of what you can imagine that are the creative arts. And therefore I think it's been a kind of a eye-opening in a way, watching students work around the campus. And in particular, we're very conscious when we're designing our buildings that we wanted the buildings to engage with them and them to engage with the buildings. So a lot of the spaces that we created, we felt had to have that ability to be able to adapt to their needs, and something that they could then utilise in lots of different ways. That it is less of a chalk and talk kind of university campus. It's very creative, and the people here take inspiration from any kind of place and space, and we hope the buildings effectively and enabled them to be able to utilise that as much as possible and to kind of embrace effectively their own ambitions within what they're doing and the way it works with our buildings.